Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi wahdah. Wassalatu wassalamu ala man la nabiyya ba'da. Amma ba'd. Dear participants, brothers and sisters, respected Ustaz Bashir Juma Saab, and all participants from different parts of the world, I welcome all of you to our fourth session of this third International Virtual Dawah Training Program. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We start the program with the recitation from the Holy Quran. I would like to request one of our participants from Nigeria, Brother Hussein. I would like to invite Brother Hussein to please unmute himself and recite few verses from the Holy Quran. Brother Hussein.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi. Yes, please.
Am I audible?
Yes,
Yeah.
brother.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ادع إلى سبيل ربك بالحكمة والموعظة الحسنة وجادلهم بالتي هي أحسن إن ربك هو أعلم بمن ضل عن سبيله وهو أعلم بالمهتدين فإن عاقبتم فعاقبوا بمثل ما عوقبتم به ولئن صبرتم لهو خير للصابرين واصبر وما صبرك إلا بالله ولا تحزن عليهم ولا تكن في ضيق مما يمكرون إن الله مع الذين اتقوا والذين هم محسنون صدق الله العظيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Sadaqallahu al-Azim, Jazakallah khair, Brother Hussein from Nigeria. I hope all the participants are fine and they are doing well. We had shared the recording and some of the an updated manual of the program that was provided by Bashir Juma. So I hope you have gone through it and have seen the updated and the changes made in that manual. Today it's our fourth session, 4 more sessions to go, inshallah. So I would like to request Bashir Juma Sab to please start his session. The floor is yours, sir.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Alhamdulillahi al-izzati azimi sifati sami simati kabiri shan jalil al-qadri rafi zikri muta'il amri jalil burhan فخيم الاسم غزير العلم وسيل العلم كثير الغفران جميل الثناء جزيل اللطاء مجيب الدعاء أميم الإحسان اللهم صل على سيدنا مولانا محمد بعدد من صلى وسام اللهم صل على سيدنا مولانا محمد بعدد من قاد وقام. Dear participant, today is our fourth program. In previous 3 programs, we have discussed number 1 about the time management and its importance. The second program was about the time management grid, and the third program was time wasters, procrastination, and management of the time wasters. Now this is our fourth program where we are going to discuss terms and their definition used in time management subject, because it has become a great skill and great subject. So therefore, going forward, for knowing the tips and techniques for time management improvement, we must understand a few terms which are being used in the subject of time management. Let's start. We are going to discuss these 14 points. The difference between effective and efficient, the important, urgent, possible, and values related matters, how to practice priorities, what is Eisenhower grit, or we call grit, emphasized in the first thing first by Stephen Covey. Number 5, the prime time and the energy level. Number 6 is universal governing values. Number 7, the 80-20 rule. Number 8, the theory of work expands according to time available. Number 9, Swiss or slice techniques. Number 10, recording, accounting, and accountability. 11, powerful questions to motivate ourselves. The first part will be depressing, the second part will be motivating. 12, preparation of not to do list. 13, how to set goals. And last, the end is with these applications, inshallah. Now let's discuss the effective and efficient words. The definition of effective is doing the right job is effectiveness. If your job is according to your aims, your objectives, and your goals, and according to your job description, then you are effective. And if job is not done according to your position and status and your from expectation, then you are not effective. Effectiveness is with the purpose and wisdom. Adequate to accomplish a purpose is effectiveness. Producing the intended or expected results is also an effectiveness. If you are not working according to the purpose, you are not effective. If you are not producing the results as expected from you, and you are just working, not producing results, then you are not an effective person. Now come on the right side, the efficient. Doing the job right is efficiency. Efficiency is with labor and speed. You have gone to the banks and you can see there are very persons who are very good in counting the notes. Now machines are there, but their speed is remarkable. So they are efficient persons as far as counting is concerned. But if a manager is doing the counting of the notes, that is not his job. So he should not be doing it. Performance for performing function in the best possible manner is efficiency. Having and using requisite knowledge, skill, and industry, and if you are competent and capable of doing that work, and you are performing with that speed, that is efficient. The simple word is, like we discussed the example of bank manager. If bank manager counts the notes and give to each customers, then he is not an effective person because his job can be done by the cashier. Similarly, if you are doing the dawa work or managerial work or leadership work, you should do your work according the expectation from your position. This was the difference between effective and efficient. Now come on the important, urgent, and possible in values. Let's discuss important and urgent. Every task that relates directly to your vision and view of life is important for you. Every task that relates directly to your vision and view of life is important. They take you closer to the objective of your life. Your work, your task, your activities, which take you closer to your objective of life, is important for you. Come on the urgent side, it is the task for which you have very less time, minimum time. It includes all those tasks that are urgent in nature and any delay can cause loss. Like somebody has collapsed in your community or your house and you have to take him or her hospital. And if you delay it, it will cause a significant loss. Possible. All those tasks that come in the domain of your abilities will be called as possible. You decide about these tasks based on where you live, your responsibilities, your commitment, and your ability to manage it. Those jobs are possible. We can put and lift a stone extracted from the Himalaya, but you cannot lift the Himalaya itself. So there is something possible and something impossible. You are expected to arrange the important task as following: important, urgent, and possible. The second category is important, not urgent, and possible. The importance is important for us. Regarding values, we have identified 6 global and universal values, which we will discuss in today's session, but in a separate segment. Now, come on the practicing the priorities methods. The process of prioritizing is: list down all your items you want to do it. Just write a wish list, a dream list, and if you want to use the Excel sheet or Google sheet, whatever you want to do it, note down all those things you want to do it. Group them by your goals. And for goals, we will be discussing separately. Your goal should be lane-based. We have discussed 5 lanes of our life: personal, career, economic, family, and social. Give numbers plus for your strength and opportunity. Give numbers minus for your weakness and threats. Give numbers for importance in your life. Give numbers for your urgency. Give numbers for your life values. Total them after deducting the minus points. That will be the net numbers. And then decide priorities. according to example given in the next slide, anything which gets more than 30 numbers will become priority in your life. But it is theoretical. It may be improved. It may be done better way, and you can contribute your thoughts to improve this process. And then after have an action plan, how you are going to do it, what, why, how, when action. Okay. Now this is slide. The column 1 is our area, personal, career, economic, family, social. The column number 2 is description. Then we are talking about strength, 10 marks, weaknesses, minus 10 marks, opportunity, 10 marks, threats, minus 10 marks, importance, 10 marks, urgency, 10 marks, value, 10 marks. This all become 50 and minus are 20. 50 minus 20 becomes 30. If anything is more than 30, will become your priority. Now come the example. Visit parents in the village. This is your task, wish list, goal, whatever you want to do it. As far as strength is concerned, you give them 10 marks. You can give 5. Weaknesses, no weakness, 0. Opportunities, 10. Threats, because of the circumstances and whether you give minus 2. Importance, you give 8. Urgency, you give 5. Value, because according to Quran, you are doing this job, the value is 10. Now the total are 41 after deducting minus 2. So it has become your priority because it is 33% above the 30. It is your A position. Now you can make the action plan for it. And who will do it? It will be done by you. And when you have to decide the time. So this will become your important task, your priority, your goal, whatever you want to describe it. It will be a mixture of many things. Okay. So this is the practical part of this thing. You can write in C, career, passing the MBA, Master of Business Administration examination, and you can decide it. So this chart or this sheet will help you to understand the process of priorities. And it is not a scientific formula. It is being suggested as a practice aid to do it. Okay. Now come on the Eisenhower grid or chart, important versus urgent chart and value system chart. This is the second method of doing this thing. Instead of making that list, which we discussed previously, you plot all your thoughts here in this grid. There are certain tasks which are urgent, and where there are certain tasks which are not urgent. There are many tasks which are important and which are not important. Now, something which is important as well as urgent will be placed in the green box. Something which is important but not urgent will be put into blue area. something which is urgent but not important will be placed in the yellow area, and something which is neither important nor urgent will be placed in the red area. Now, the things which are urgent as well as important are your emergencies. Like we discussed, a person has collapsed and you have to take him hospital. Similarly, you can identify the emergencies and importance as far as your office is concerned, your family is concerned, your job is concerned, your dawa is concerned. And there are many things which are important, but not urgent. Those are your goals and your plans and your future activities. You want to do it. There are certain things which are urgent, but not important. For this, you have to develop and train your team, your subordinates to execute those jobs. And there are certain jobs you don't need to engage yourself. You can outsource them. You can subcontract them. You can delete them for your list because they will not impact on your life. The same Eisenhower grid is described as 4D ideas. The something which is important, urgent, and become green area, do it now. Something which is important, not urgent, comes in blue area, do it later. Something which is urgent, but not important, delegate them, make a system for doing it. And something which is neither urgent nor important becomes red area, delete them, not to do them. This Eisenhower grid is important, I think, for a short-term person, short-term period. And the first one, the chart was important for the long-term period. Now the prime time, energy level and activity. The prime time word is directly linked with the TV shows. There are certain important TV shows where the audience are enormous at large. And these shows are aired at the time when most of the people can see them. So this is called the prime time. In certain countries, like in Asia and other countries, the late evening time between 7 to 8 or 8 to 9 is a prime time for TV shows. Similarly, for our activities, there are two important things. One is the prime time and other is energy level. And in certain occasion, prime time and energy level both goes together. And certain occasion, it deviates from each other. Now let's discuss it. In your manual, this circle is there. This circle is there. Okay, this is the time where 12 is there, is your awakening time. Suppose you wake up at 5 o'clock. So you put 5 over here and then here 8 and then 11, then 2, then 5, and similarly the same thing. You color these boxes because these are 8 parts and see which color do you like. You will fill these slices according to your liking colors. So you will be able to identify what is your prime time or energy time, whatever you can describe. This will help you to do it. Either you do the color or you do the symbols. This is the first exercise of identification of your prime time. Now, try to find out about your prime hours and do all the important tasks during those hours. A chart has been given at the end of this book, or we have given the opposite side. See the parts of the day: morning, afternoon, evening, etc. And there is a time frame, time slots. In the morning, you can say 8 to 10, 10 to 12, and so and so. And see what is your energy level. Is it high? Give 8 out of 10. Very high, 6, low, and sleeping time. Okay. So you can identify and you can diagnose your prime time and energy level. It means when you have a prime time with your mood and energy level with your body and mind, you can perform very well during those periods, and you should select your the most important items to do during this time. Now, prime time and energy level go together. And this chart, which has been shown you in the previous slide, is the same, and you can make it in Excel also. Now, we are talking about the governing values. These are 6 governing values which are universal, which are important for everyone, irrespective of their religion, irrespective of their area of living, and irrespective of their position. These are the universal governing values. Number 1 is truth. You always speak truth. We are explaining in the next slide about this. You need to honor your promise, your commitment. You need to be trustworthiness person. You need to be a trustworthy person. There has to be a justice, equity, and fair play in your work. You must be a person of integrity, and you must exercise the prudence. These are the 6 values which are important, because this will improve your personality strength and help you to manage your time and organize your life. Now come on the number 1, truth. Ya ayyuhallazina amanu taqullaha wa qulu qawlan sadida. O you who believe, be conscious of Allah and speak in a straightforward manner. It is in Surah Azab. You can see the first dua of Quran is Ihdinas Siratal Mustaqim. You are asking Almighty Allah to show the right path to you. Okay. The ayat was Ya ayyuhallazina amanu taqullaha wa qulu qawlan sadida yuslih lakum amalakum wa yaghfir lakum dhunubakum wa man yuti illaha wa rasulahu faqad faza fawzan azima. He will rectify your conduct for you and will forgive you your sins. Whoever obeys Allah and His Messenger has won a great victory. Now we are talking about truth, and we can understand the importance of truth while we are managing our time. If you tell truth, you don't have to remember anything. These are the words and quotation of the Western scholars. No legacy is so truth as honesty. Truth will ultimately prevail where there is a pains to bring it to light. A harmful truth is better than a useful lie. Truth will always be truth, regardless of lack of understanding, disbelief, or ignorance. These are about the truth. Now, the second part is keeping your promise. وَأَوْفُوا بِالْعَهْدِ إِنَّ الْعَهْدَ كَانَ مَسْئُولًا. And honor your pledge because the pledge involves responsibility. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu awfu bil uqud. O you who believe, fulfill your commitments. In time management, you need to be very conscious about the truth and the promise keeping. Don't make any promise which is not possible for you to honor it. You can write it down and you can say, okay, let me think over it. Don't commit it, I will do it. Please, these are very important for you, because if you don't tell truth and if you don't honor your commitment, people will not rely on you. The quotation are, there is no greater fraud than a promise not kept. Don't talk, act. Don't say, show. Don't promise, prove. Don't make promises you don't intend to keep it. So this is very much important. Don't try to keep people happy. It is not your job. Your job is to be a person of value. Now, trustworthiness. Inna Allah ya'murukum an tu'ddul amanata ila ahliha wa idha hakamtum bayna an-nasi an tahkumu bil adli inna Allah ni'ma ya'izukum bihi inna Allah kana samiyan basira. Allah instructs you to give back things entrusted to you to their honors. And when you judge between people, judge with justice. Allah's instructions to you are excellent. Allah is all hearing. Allah is all seeing. Now, this is important as far as trustworthiness is concerned. If you collect donation, you have to deposit them intact and issue them receipt. First, when you collect the donation, you issue them receipt. And when you deposit into the bank account or your head office, you send an email to them that we, on behalf of the organization, hereby acknowledge the receipt of your donation. This is very much important. Because our all activities are related to trustworthiness. If you want to be trusted, be trustworthy. Trust takes years to build, seconds to break, and forever to repair. Trust is a fragile thing, easy to break, easy to lose, and one of the hardest things to ever get back. Trustworthiness is shown in person's action, not just words. Trust starts with truth and ends with truth. Okay, this is D6C. It's a trustworthiness, not promise. Okay. Now, justice, equity, and fair play. O you who believe, stand firmly for justice as witness to Allah, even if against yourself or your parents or your relatives. Whether one is rich or poor, Allah takes care of both. So do not follow your desires, lest you sever. If you deviate or turn away, the Allah is aware of what you do. Surah Nisa, Ayat 4. Now, justice will not be served until those who are unaffected are as outraged as those who are. Fairness does not mean everyone gets the same. Fairness means everyone gets what they need. Be one with every place and every person. And from that openness will rise justice, equality, and harmony. Equity isn't belief, it is a foundation of a civilized society. These are the words and quotations available on internet given by the Western scholars. Now the integrity, illa alladhina amanu wa amilus salihati falahum ajrun ghairu mamnoon, except those who believe and do righteous deeds, for them is a reward without end. وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا وَيَرْزُقْهُ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا يَحْتَسِبُ. What is integrity? Self-integrity is defined as goodness of one's character in all aspects, such as honesty, transparency, and being wholesome and resilient. And accountability is also important. Whether somebody is seeing you or not seeing, you must do the right thing. The quotations are: live in such a way if someone spoke badly of you, no one would believe it. Integrity is telling myself truth, and honesty is telling the truth to other people. Integrity is doing right thing even if nobody is watching. Integrity is choosing your thoughts and actions based on values rather than personal gains. This is the definition of the integrity. Now, the last item of the universal values is the prudence. Wise in practical affairs as by providing for the future, caution about practical matters and discretion, provident care in the management of resources, economy, and frugality means lack of wastefulness. The Qurani ayat says, and those who, when they spend, are neither wasteful nor stingy, but choose a middle course between that. And do not keep your hand tied to your neck, nor spread it out fully, lest you end up liable and regretful. These are ayat from Surah Furqan and Surah Bani Israel. Now, what people say it, the Western people, prudence is the necessary ingredient in all the virtues, without which they degenerate into folly and excess. Prudence is precaution, prudence is protection. A prudent ruler is distinguished by his ability to manage. Now, we have completed the 6 universal values. Now come to the term 80-20. It is a business or commercial term. It has been named after famous Italian economist Vilfredo Pareto. He says that 80% of performance depends upon 20% of things. 20% of customers give 80% of business. The remaining 20% business come from 80% of the customers. Similarly, in terms of work, you will have to identify the 20% of tasks that give you 80% of your results. Focus on those 20%. Assign the rest of 80% to others. This is important thing. And let's see the next slide. The blue input is 20 and blue output is 80. The yellow input is 80, the yellow output is 20. The 80-20 rule is explained here. It is observed in many places. There are certain shops where 20% of their customers contribute 80% of sales, where 20% of their supplies contribute 80% of their supplies. Find out your efforts and smart way of efforts with the skills and get enormous results. Pray for Barakat also. This is the understanding of 80-20 rule. The next thing is D8, work expands according to time available. This is called Parkinson law. According to this law, work expands according to time available. Consider the example of 3 hours of our conventional examination time. You manage to write about 20 pages or more pages within those 3 hours, whereas usually it takes weeks or months to write those 20 pages. Now it is explained in this slide. If you are time bound for anything and you say that I need to complete it in 3 hours, and you focus it and you devote it and you keep yourself isolated, you will be able to do that job within 3 hours. And if you identify certain tasks which can be done in one day and you bound yourself, because you can see the boundary line over here, black, so you will be able to do it in one day. And if you plan to do something in 1 week and you are time bound, you will be able to do it. But if you don't time bound, you are not time bound, you don't limit yourself, you don't specify that I will need to and I will have to complete it within this time, then you will never be able to complete this thing, and this work will be without any boundary lines and it will never end. So this was the explanation of Parkinson law. Consider you are traveling and you need to finish some work. Observe your way of dealing and expediting the work. You do it. When you are about to travel for 1 week or 2 weeks, you can see your speed of completing, finishing, expediting, terminating work, how you are doing it. And if you consider that today is the last day of my life, you will select a few and more important things and try to finish them as soon as possible. This is the message for Muslims. We don't know whether we are going to be alive tomorrow or not. You have to finish what are significant, important things in work in our life, because today is the real day. Now, squeeze or slice techniques. Whenever you get work, it is just like a bread and you have to make slice and use it and do it. So this is the Swiss technique. Let me show you the picture downloaded from the internet with the reference. Okay. Don't bite off more than what you can chew. Slice up a brick project into manageable pieces. If you tackle big projects, they will easily overwhelm you. Divide a project up and concentrate on one part at a time. This picture show you how can do it. Now recording and accountability, D10. You make an Excel sheet or Google sheet for this thing. Or if you are using any application, do it. And if you are not doing anything, you can have a notebook and make a column and do this thing. Your activity, Monday to Sunday, your total, and give yourself certain marks. It's up to you, because it is a method of appreciating ourselves. You write from top to down your activities and you say how much time you have spent. This is very much important because it will lead you self accountability. And before sleeping, please do it yourself. We call it mahasba, ihtisab, accountability at the night before sleeping it. And if you have uh, done an activity which has disturbed somebody or disheartened somebody, you have a mobile phone with you, you can say sorry to him. Now, this is he whose 2 days are equal in accomplishment is a sure loser. Man istawa yomahu fahuwa maghbun. You check your performance every week from 0 to 100. How much you have done during this work. Okay, this will help you to improve on a weekly basis, inshallah. Now, these are few questions. This sheet, this slide is a challenging. These are important questions. Do you feel in control of your day? Yes or no? Do you have a plan of what you intend to accomplish each day? It is about your habit. Do you keep both a diary of appointment and a diary of what happened? Now you can do it on the applications or any virtual calendar. Do you put off tasks which you don't like doing? It is about procrastination. Are you frustrated by interruption and unnecessary demand on your time? It is your management skill. Do you agree to do things that you know someone else should be doing? Now, this is your assertiveness, which is most important. We discussed these 6 points with 6 your attitude, habits, and attributes. Now, come the next slide, which is more important and which is more personal. This is about, are you kept waiting by other people? Do you keep others waiting? If you are social or family life suffering because of pressure at work and long hours, do you get enough time to yourself? What am I doing? I don't have to be doing at all. What am I doing that can be done better by someone else? What am I doing that could be done sufficiently well by someone else? Now, these are the key questions. Am I establishing the right priorities for my activities? What is the best use of my time right now? Write it on a big sheet and place in front of you. What is the best use of my time right now? Where should I spend my time right now? What are my major time wasters? How can I get more out of my time? Now, the next item is preparation of not to do list. Stop these things, gentlemen. Make a not to do list. It is very much important. Unless all important jobs are completed, this item will not be done. You make a list, I will not do it. The reason may be many, because they consume your too much time. They engage you too much time. Watching TV spends your 3 hours, 4 hours. Stop it. Number 2, all work that are not synchronized with my goals or your goals, stop them. Don't do it. All tasks which can be done by others team members, delegate them. You do certain jobs to keep other people happy at your loss, stop them. All tasks which those person giving to you, they could do it themselves, but they are unnecessarily demanding from you. The jobs which are neither good here nor hereafter. And there are certain jobs, if you don't do it, they won't harm you. So these are important for you to make a not to do list, because normally we are advised to prepare a to do list, but here we are advising to prepare a not to do list. Now, we are suggesting you 3 or 4 types of timetable. You may do it on Excel and Google Sheet or any other format, or you can apply this on your virtual calendars, Outlook or Apple phone or any smartphone, Samsung phone, you can do it. Okay, so there are important things. Number 1 timetable is like this: activity and area and routine from 6 to 8, 8 to 10, so and so on. And you do it, place a tick on it, you will do it. And if you do it, you give marks to yourself and finish it. But just try to assign numbers. If you have done that job very good, give 10 out of 10. If you have done it but just passed it, 5 out of 10. Okay, but use pencil and do it. Otherwise, if you are using the electronic document, you have a lot of facility to that thing. Now this is a block timetable. Activity, there are 8 blocks. The time is from 5 to 7, 7 to 9, and from 9 to 6, these have been marked as yellow for the 5 weekdays, and it will be useful for you to consider your office timing, and 6 to 8 and 8 to 10, and you can block your time according to your convenience, and you can use the symbol over here. Now this is another day planner, item 1 to 10, to do today, priorities ABC, and in which time you will do it. This is your day planner. So you can do it virtually, or if you want to do in Excel, you can do it, but it just give you guide how to organize your timetable physically or virtually. It is helpful. It is not mandated. It is not recommended. It is just a guiding. Now come on, gentlemen, dear participants, about the goal settings. The first 5 parts of goal setting are: sit down and spend your quality time for your goals. Document your goals. Categorize and put into time frame. Prioritize them and be focused. These are the 5 primary items for you. The next are: be flexible with your goals about the approach, how you are doing it. Don't compromise your the main goals. Join the 3% club. This club is, as per the study of Harvard University, that 3% of people make their goals and they follow them and they attain those goals. Look long and act short. Share your goals with your dependable persons. Have fun with your goals. You may be successful, you may be failed, no issue, but at least make the goals. Now we talk SMART, S-M-A-R-T goals process. These are the 5 words, and acronym is SMART. Your goal should be specific. Your goal should be measurable. Your goal should be attainable. Those should be relevant to your objectives, and those should be time bound. We have given this sheet in the participant manual. You can use that, you can copy that, or you can make your own. The name of the goal, objective and introduction of this goal, and you will write beneath that in the white area expected problem during the process. You can write when determined, target date and your priority. Why to achieve this goal? If achieved, what are advantages and what are disadvantages? And steps A, B, 1, 2, 3, target and complete, and the names of person or activity will be written in the area which after next column of the serial number. So this will help you to write down your goals. It is dated dream. What is goal? Goal is a dated dream. Identify them. What is it you want to accomplish? Apparently beyond the reach. This may be your goals may be beyond reach. Commitment to reach unattainable. Have a clear vision of their ultimate target. The purpose of goal is to stretch you beyond where you are right now. Take them seriously. Write down the steps. It is like pulling rope when you cannot clearly see what is on the other end. And check your progress regularly. It is review, evaluation, and accountability. If you check your goals regularly, what is your progress or not? For this, you have to use the SMB self-management book, whether it is paper-based or which is electronic or virtual. Now, the last item is dua. Allahumma ati nafsi taqwaha wa zakkiha anta khairu man zakkaha anta waliyuha wa mawlaha. O Allah, grant me the sense of piety and purity, my soul, as you are the best to purify it. You are its guardian and its protecting friend. Allahumma inni as'aluka min fujatil khairi wa uzubika min fujatil shar. I missed it. Okay, gentlemen. Thank you very much for this presentation, and you are hearing this thing. Over to Dr. Ehsan.
Thank you very much. Jazakumullah khair.